Mistetsky Gush Svetley. So let's pop this open, guys. This is Czech beer from Czechia. Not really, they made it in Moscow or something, but it's Czechian. Let's begin, guys. We have version SI4732 version 2.5 out. Let me show it to you. This one with amplifier for high frequency HF, right? HF amplifier. Yeah, guys. I have here a list of videos that I want to make. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 7th one. But beside this one, I have 6 other videos that I want to make. Plus 12 short videos, 20 seconds or less, that I already have made, and I have to process them. And this thing comes out, one of the subscribers writes to me, Alex, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I think he already bought version 2.1 with audio amplifier. Let me, guys, remind you, the radio that we did together with you, right, in that 3-hour long version 2.1 install video, already has HF amplifier. Let me show it to you. So here it is, guys. You see this black thingy, this HF amplifier. It's a transistor. It's a low noise BFU 550 AR transistor, and this right here, I have it hooked up to that place that I'm showing with your cursor on the screen right now. This is a connector before the amplifier. So the antenna, this one over here, when we connect the antenna to the connector, right, like this, it goes into this, you see it on the screen, IPX connector, and hits this amplifier, gets amplified, and then through this trace goes onto the filter into your SI4733 mode. And if I connect antenna over here, I had it connected there. Right now I'm testing it the other way around. This does not hit this amplifier, HF amplifier, right? It goes further down the line, so it goes right to here and hits this trace and goes onto the filter and hits your SI4337 mode. So the mode that we did with you already has the HF amplifier, so I don't think there is need to worry about that. That thing is more advanced, but let's analyze it. I mean, we don't have it on our hands, but we can still look at pictures. Let's go to Chrome first of all. I like the price. Price is something like $9 plus $4 shipping. It's not that expensive. Completion. Did I say it right? The parts that it comes with. It comes with 100 microfarads or UF capacitors, 3 of them, which you put. Where is that picture? I mean, no, let me show it to you. Which you put over here. You see, it's 100 UF capacitor you put over there. So let's go back to Chrome. What else we have from in complectations? This connector, right? I don't have this connector with me. I have it installed on the radio, but from the looks of it, this 22.5 millimeter length connector. the one that I used is 18.5 millimeter, and it matters. This 18.5 millimeter, you see how nice it is, right? If you get a 22.5 millimeter, is that connector that they included is indeed longer, this thing is gonna stick out much longer, perhaps like this, right? And it's not gonna be pretty, you see. But other than that, if the size is right, I think that's a correct choice. But this thing is cheap, this connector. You should still, if you're gonna get this one, this version of the mod, you should get the extra connector just in case. Pigtail, as you can, oh, I gotta show you the chrome. The pigtail, right? Again, the pigtail that I recommend that you get is 20 centimeter one, so that you have extra length. And what pictured here might not be enough length, but this could be a Photoshop, I do not know. The choke, I told you to use the HF choke if you're gonna do a single antenna mod. So the choke they included is kind of cheap, but what we after is the actual mod itself. So let's take a look, let's come back and take a look at the pictures of the mod and try to analyze it. And before we do that, guys, just a couple of seconds of shameless self-promotion. I began uploading shorts of places that I've been to. Beautiful places, guys. Shorts are like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds, but most of them like 20 seconds, 10 seconds long. You're gonna get notified if you subscribed. You are going to get notified. Please do watch them. It doesn't take much of your time, and you're gonna see what I'm seeing here. It's pretty, guys. Okay, so let's get back on track. Let's go into our screen capture. So here is our mod. We would like to analyze this. What are we seeing here? We are seeing here IPX connector, and here path. If you do not want to use IPX, you could solder a pigtail directly here, and the ground is going to be over here. Here the signal from IPX hits what I think this is a capacitor, and before capacitor we have a TVS diode, just like on previous version of the board. Then this signal is going to HF amplifier, which has 4 legs: ground leg, another leg over here, and another leg over here. Interesting. So this leg right here goes through either another capacitor or a coil through this trace, hits this, perhaps a coil, or more likely 0 ohm resistor, and goes through this coil, and through this capacitor, and hits this pin, which is let me come back with a data sheet. Guys, obviously I know what that pin is, but I'm making a video. I cannot just tell you what it is. I have to show you what it is. This pin is called AMI. We got AMI, we got RF ground, which connects to ground, and we got FMI. AMI pin is antenna in filtered for the AM antenna. FMI pin is antenna pin filtered for the FM antenna. So let's go back to screen capture. So this is hitting the AMI pin, this AM antenna, amplified signal through the HF amplifier through filter hits AM antenna pin, AMI. Take a look at coils, these low quality coils. If you go back to the video on my channel of overview of version 2.1, we had high quality coils. In fact, I have a high quality coil right over here. Let me show it to you. You see it? Basically it has wire strands coiled around body. So this we have low quality coils. What about the FM antenna? Let's go back from FMI pin. So this FMI pin, let's go back from it. FMI pin hits this coil. I know it's a coil. I measured on 2 different versions, and this coil hits the ground. And here FMI goes through a capacitor through this trace, and here we have another TVS diode. TVS diodes are used so that when you touch your antenna, like you have an antenna here, right, and you know how you get electrified during winter on your sweater, and you touch it and there is a spark. Well, that thing, that TVS diode is made so that you don't burn your SI mode. So this protects this FMI pin and SI4733, and then we go take a signal for FM from this antenna. So with this mode, signal for FM we take from stack antenna, and for AM we take from this antenna. That's what it is. It's not with this thing, right, the one that we did with you, we just use one antenna. We can use either this one if you did single antenna mode, or like we did dual antenna, second antenna, right, discrete antenna, you just use this one right here. But with this mode, you're gonna use 2 antennas, one for AM and one for FM. What else we have here? Clock crystal, it's the same, got 2 capacitors. Audio, VDD, still have 0 ohm resistor and a capacitor to ground. So audio, we have both pins connected, going here through a capacitor into the LM, and exits here to this capacitor, and goes through this trace, through the sphere, and I guess it exits right over here to this pod. We have a few more components, I think one more component over here for the LM, but other than that it's the same thing. What else? Let's see other pictures. Who watched that 3-hour long video when I did this mode? And do you see anything wrong here? Basically, they did not make a hole they did not make it fit flush. So if you're gonna insert your display into here, you're gonna cut it. This picture I've seen, I think it was a YouTube video or a picture that floated on the internet back in April of this year of 2024. So this is not the picture. This is not picture that they took of the mod that they did. Let's see here. This is interesting. This is the setup. So they have cable going, right? They did not jumper this capacitor, but I guess you don't need to jumper it because it is for the FMI pin, for the FM signal. And this capacitor, I think they replace it with 100 UF. And audio, basically they're bypassing this resistor. It's same thing that I did. It is extra loud. I'm going to remove this mod because if we open up, well, we're gonna catch something. Let me come back and catch something. Let me show you how loud it is. If you want to catch something with this kind of loudness, most of the time you're gonna be doing it in the evening or at night, like 1 AM, 2 AM. Your neighbor is going to hear you. It's real loud. So let's continue. Here we have a Holston. I think it's Holland Pilsner. Let's open it up. Saturday. So where was we? Why is it version 2.5? Well, I named right, version 2 because it was different from original, and then version 2.1 came up, and what is this? I don't know, maybe it's version 2.5, you told me. So I took it upon myself to name it version 2.5. That's why I call it 2.5. I wanted to come back to a couple of pictures. So let's go back before we continue, so that we don't miss anything. I'm interested in this business, this pin right here. So the signal from IPX connector hits this amplifier, gets amplified, exits over here, this ground. And what is this? This hits what? What am I seeing, guys? I'm seeing it hits this capacitor and goes to ground. And then what? What is this business? We have a trace here. It should be some kind of filter, but I don't think any of this signal from here goes to the FMI pin. It doesn't look like that. So basically this is a mod with two separate antennas. If you want to listen to FM signal, you use a stack antenna. If you want to listen to AM signal, you use discrete antenna, the second antenna. I'm thinking if I missed something. I had something in my head, but it just flew out. So let's continue. Let's go over images one more time. I told you about this, but I think this they just threw it together to make a picture. They did not finish it. They still have to make it flash. This we take a look at. this I told you that this is not the image. And you see if women's hands, I think that's women's hands, right? I don't think a dude gonna have nails like that. Do you know a guy like gonna have nails like that? No way. I think that's the original Lucia girl that is selling the original version of the mod. This thing is interesting. Again, I think this image they threw together to just make pictures for the AliExpress. But have you watched my video, that 3-hour-long video? What's wrong with this? Tell me. You see how sharp everything is? Display is gonna cut here, 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 definitely here. We cannot make this sharp. Plus it has to be masked with, let me show it to you and you tell me what this is. This is, guys, the solder mask. You mask it with solder mask so that first of all it doesn't become sharp, and second of all it's protected from hitting the ground or shorten and everything like that. So let's go further backside. I don't think I can say anything about the backside. So let's take a look again at AliExpress and let's read the description. So description says, add an RF amplifier to improve AM reception performance. We've seen it on the board, they did it. Add audio amplifier, they have that, yes. Redesign FM and HF band pass filters. But we've seen that they're using cheaper coils for the filters, so it's kinda one step forward but 2 steps back if you compare it to version 2.1. ESD tube is added. TVS diode is added to input terminal for electrostatic protection. They have 2 of them, yes. Use FPC softboard. Okay, that's all that they've wrote, and I just remembered what else I wanted to show you. Basically this IPX cable, right? I guess we better off to go to this image. Trust me guys, when you get to remove this IPX cable, it's not just with your fingers, right? You're gonna use tweezers when you remove it, and it takes effort to pull that IPX cable. It's good if it's like I have here. I don't have FPC board to tear, I just pull the IPX cable out and it's done. But here with this thing you have FPC board which is flexible, so if you're gonna pull on it you're gonna tear it up, right? Because it's bendable. It's flexible. And the way to go about it, if you're gonna do this one, is use 2 tweezers basically. And one of the tweezers doesn't have to be sharp, it cannot be sharp. With one tweezer you hold the board down, and with the other tweezer you pull the IPX cable out. That's what I think I forgot to tell you, but now I remembered. So we're done with this, and let me come back. I think I have something else to add to it. Yeah, there was this video that I've seen mid-May from I think Korea or Japan. it had absolutely different board that I did not see on AliExpress, perhaps because it is not sold in my country, but I'm pretty sure it is available somewhere. But I cannot find that video, guys. Board is completely different. I don't have it. I had a picture of it, but I deleted it. But yeah, guys, do you want this mod, the new one? I don't think it's any better than the 2.1, the one without the HF amplifier, because like I told you, we already have HF amplifier and we're using it with just one antenna. If you're gonna use stock antenna, you do a single mode, you definitely gonna use an HF amplifier. If you're gonna do a second antenna, discrete antenna mode, you have an option to use that amplifier. Let me show you one more time. Let me come back and show you. So here it is, guys. Basically, just install a connector here. Here you disconnect, you cut the trace, you cut it, so that the stock antenna does not interfere with anything beyond here. Here where we had a capacitor, you put a jumper, you install one of these IPX connectors, you replace the transistor with BFU 550AR, or you leave the stock one alone, but this is a low noise transistor, so that's why I replaced it. And if you connect it here, like I have connected here right now in this setup, you're gonna use HF amplifier, and if you connect it here, you are not going to use HF amplifier, and that's all she wrote. And here we have high quality coils, 1, 2, 3, you see, and here we have a TVS diode. So it's pretty much the same thing, except HF amplifier is here and we use only one antenna instead of two different antennas for FM and AM signal. But yeah, if you want to purchase it, no, hold on, let me show you the video where you can actually, if you're gonna do this mode, this version with HF amp or version 2.1 like I have, just go to my channel and you browse here the videos, click on videos, and you're gonna see it here. And this one, it says install. So it's this video, it's 3 hours long, guys, but I showed the whole thing from the beginning to the end, everything, plus some extra features. So if you want to see it, if you want to install it, if you have this board, that's the video you go to. But yeah, if you want to buy this board, it's okay, I guess. You're just gonna have two different antennas for AM, SSB, and FM, and the price is not bad. So that's all she wrote. I'm pretty sure in another month they are going to have brand new version, so that you spend more money. But check this out, I'm not worried about the newer version. I have this version 2.1 working for me just fine. I have here, you see, 25994, this is an SSB. 25.996 self-excitation from internal clock. It's just catching the oscillator from the internal clock. It's one of the dead frequencies, plus it gives you noise, so you catch less. So I'm worried about fixing this. All radios have this. For example, this is a brand new unmolested radio without any mods. If I enter frequency in here, 25.996, You see, it is in I think FM or AM, I don't know, but you see the diode, it means the RX is coming, so it's one of the dead frequencies. So I would worry about fixing this more than getting a latest version of this mod. Yeah, at this point in time you are gonna hear a lot of people saying that version 2, this version 2 right here, version 2.1 with audio amplifier, the one that I have here, that they receive FM but they do not receive HF. That is not true, because we have videos on YouTube where guys receive it in Czech Republic, I think, and in South Korea. I received it myself when I went to mountains, but I did not film it. In the city, it's impossible to receive HF, guys. Forget it. At least in Russia, because we active war zone, and that's why I said you're gonna hear this from Russia. We have a lot of jamming, basically. Jamming takes place and you don't hear shit. You have to move away from city. For me, to move away from city, I have mountains right over there. From this location, it's like 20 kilometers straight, right? It takes more because it's mountains, but 20 kilometers into the mountains, and then up on the mountain, and then you have reception. Yeah, guys, so this is it. This small review. One of the subscribers asked to tell him what I think about this new version, so that's what I think about the new version. If you like this video, like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next one. And if you my subscriber, please watch the short videos when they come out, because you're gonna find them interesting, I guarantee it to you. Okay guys, see you next one. So for me to do a reception video, right, I have to go to mountains. Time wise, I would have to wake up probably 6 AM, drive as far as I can drive with my car, and just hit the trail, and about 4 hours later I'm gonna end up on the top of a mountain, and I'm gonna film a video for you, right? Whatever it is, like 10-20 minutes, and then go back, and those are like 3 hours. Obviously I'm not gonna do it, guys. They say this thing with Uruguay is going to be over by the end of the year, because Uruguay is running out of men, so just gonna wait for it to be over, and then we're gonna do all kinds of videos. But if I get the chance, you know, I'm gonna go, if I get the chance to travel, right? I don't have any plans right now. I definitely take the radio all the time with me. I'll film something, but that time I was in the mountains, I was hunting, and I had the radio, I had the antenna, but I did not film it. I did receive signal, but obviously I don't take a phone with me, because you get moisture, rain and shit, and iPhone is kinda not cheap, guys. Plus people that were with me had like the Nokia phones that they don't mind taking with them. So I received some signals and it was good reception, but I just did not have anything to film it with me. So that is that. But if you wanna see videos of the tests, let me show it to you. Let me find them first. I think one channel that's right here. Let me find it. One second, guys. Oh, there you go. So this Korean channel, it's called DS5WIS, and if you go to his videos, you're gonna see tests right here. This video, HF full band mod UV-5R plus new chip, but you're gonna see it. Just go to his videos. It's DS5WIS, and he tested. He has both mods. He has version 2 and version 2.1, and he tests them both in a single video. So if you want to see the test, you just go to his channel. Another thing, this one guy asked me today, right? So he said that other dude did a video where he cut his board and he put a jumper, and in your video you don't cut, you don't put a jumper, referring to this jumper right here that we put right over this capacitor. Difference. There was a video from I think guy from Czechia. He put jumper from here to this capacitor, and I just shorted this capacitor. Yeah, guys, if you're gonna ask this kind of questions, at least watch the video, right? Because we did everything. There is only so many ways you could do. I'm not doing anything new here. Just IPX connectors, so that it's easy to take off, disassemble and stuff. But jumpers, pretty much everyone has the same jumpers. There's nothing new here. I'm not making things up, and everyone does the mod the same exact way. Well, some use IPX connectors, right, and others do not use IPX connectors. That's all. Some connect before the amplifier, some connect after amplifier. I installed two IPX connectors before and after amplifier because I did not know which way to connect the antenna, before or after amplifier, for testing basically. The only thing I would like to add is that if you're gonna take one of this and you're gonna cut your board over here to make room for the connector, there is a chance, doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but there is a chance you're gonna short, because like there are extra images, and we can look at extra images. Let me show you extra image right here. You see, so this is ground, right, and this is plus, and if you short them together, that's the place you're gonna cut to make room for connector. You're gonna fuck up your radio because this plus is going somewhere. You're gonna short this to ground, and that's it, man. I mean, the radio is not expensive. You're gonna buy a brand new radio, who cares, right? The only thing that's gonna get hurt is just your ego. But yeah, get armed, watch the install video to the end. I know it's 3 hours, but it's worth it, and make a decision basically.